busting off the molly, niggas smiling like I just beat a body. In the trenches with my young G's, niggas wanna try me, then let's see about it. Niggas is two-faced, won't fuck with my bitch. Ski mask getting a drop, I'm getting it in. Couple cases, I ain't worried about them. Call my problems, only worried about commas.
Hey, what's up guys, it is Psycho or Sam here and welcome back to another episode of Let's Make an RPG in Unity, guys. So today we're going to create the enemy attacking the player and killing the player. We're also going to fix the feature so that the player can actually kill the enemy so that the enemy disappears. And we're also going to fix a bug or like an issue that was actually happening before. So right now with so far, what we've come so far, if you're trying to like attack the enemy as the player, and start trying to move around again after attacking the enemy, you're not going to be able to do. So what we're going to do here is we have the script open called player. So you want to come down to void update where we say if physics rake has everything, like so that we check if the hit collider tag is actually enemy, and underneath the else statement we're going to copy paste those right here. There we go. So now we can play the game again and see if that fixed it. So we can attack the enemy and then we can move around. Great. So the issue was simply that we were actually attacking, like initiating the attacking function here, which was the attacking variable and following enemy, and then we were never setting it to false. So as long as it's true, you know, it's just going to move towards the player or the enemy, sorry. So now that we actually have it in here, so that when we click wherever it is, we're going to set it to false. So but if you try to set it to enemy, walk away and then go back to enemy, it's still going to initiate because you're still detecting the enemy as a trigger. So that's going to be fixed. And now we're actually going to create the we could, let me see here, we did have a enemy script, right? No, we didn't create a enemy script. Yeah, now I remember. Well, we're going to create one. So you can go to your scripts folder inside of your project tab, create new C# script, and then say enemy. And we also open that script up. There we go, like that. And then we remove these lines right here so that we can actually code our own. There we go. And we can start off by saying, actually throwing in a comment that is variables, and then throwing in another comment which is the functions, I think it was called. Functions. There we go. Let me just check it what I had in here. Yeah, functions. Okay, so these are the two different sections here, just like in my other scripts. So we're gonna say public float enemy help, and then we're gonna say private float underline help, or we could just say help regularly. So private float help. Let's see. We can also say private bool triggering player. Let's see, and let me see here. So we're gonna say inside of void or function section, we're gonna say void update. There we go. We're also going to say void on trigger enter collider other. Okay, and we can copy paste this void underneath. There we go, and just change enter to exit this time. There we go. Okay, so we now have 3 voids to start off with, and the on trigger enter is going to be used for checking for trigger or collision within the player and the enemy, and we're going to set on trigger exit for checking if the collision has ended, obviously. So just like we did with the player. So we're going to say if other the tag is equal to player, triggering player is equal to true, and we're going to kind of paste this in here, and we're just going to say triggering player equal to false so that we just check for a collision. Let's see, we can also have a attack function, so we can say public void attack. There we go. And let's see, we can also say private float, or it should be public float attack timer. There we go. And then say public float underline attack timer. There we go. So the this is supposed to be private, sorry. There we go. So one is public, which is the regular attack timer, which is going to be the maximum amount of time that the enemy has to wait before attacking the player. And private float underlying attack timer is going to be the amount of seconds the play or the enemy has actually waited before attacking. So this is going to be the actual seconds. This is going to be the amount of seconds that it has to initially wait. So if we say if underneath like inside of void update, we can say if triggering player. There we go. And we actually need to check if the player is attacking the enemy so that the enemy attacks back, because we don't want it to aggro way too early. So let's see. What do we have here? Attacked, attacking, following enemy. Okay. So we can actually create a new private bool underneath triggering player and say private bool aggro. Or like, yeah, aggro should be a fine word for it, I guess. Like it's a shortening of aggressive, and we are kind of just initiating aggro on the enemy so that we can actually have the enemy follow the player until it dies, or else it goes out of like vision, or you know, just starts killing the enemy, or else. So we can actually create a new if statement here. Say if aggro. There we go. And this should probably be public static, I guess. And let's see, inside of our player script we can actually say attacking enemy. So if hit collider tag enemy, so we can say attacking enemy dot get component enemy aggro is equal to true. So this is going to set the aggro boolean to true. Qualifier. Oh, what if we just make it public? I think the security level should be fine then. It isn't. Oh, there it is. Yeah, cool. What if we do it private? It's not accessible at all though, right? With private. I want to try just to make sure, because I don't want it to be visible inside of our, yeah, enemy aggro is inaccessible due to its privacy, or what does it say? Protection level, not privacy. Well, we can just have it public for the moment being, or else we can just fix something else. We can cook something else if it doesn't work this way, but it should be fine. Let's see. So we're simply setting aggro to true, and it's going to keep on being true for the moment being until we actually say it's actually false, or else the player or the enemy dies or the player dies. So if aggro follow player, okay, and if triggering player, actually we can just remove this for the moment being, because we don't need that. We're gonna check it inside of our follow player, and underneath public void up attack we can say public void follow player. There we go. So this dot transform dot, I can browse out, move towards let's see here, transform dot position. Oh, we also have to get the player enemy or player object. So we can go back to variables and say, not here, there we go, like public game objects player, or we could just make it private. We don't need it to be public because we don't need it to be visible inside of our inspector. And let's see, we can create a void start. Oops. There we go. And then we can say player is equal to game object dot find by tag, or find with tag, was it player. So let's see if this works. Yeah, find with tag. Yeah, okay, it was fine with tag. Alright, so let's see. What was the move towards here? We then move towards here too. Yeah, okay, transform that position, okay. So we can just say this dot transform dot position is equal to vector 3 dot move towards, and then we can say transform dot position player dot transform dot position, and then movement speed. And we're also going to set a new variable here, so we're going to call this public float movement speed. There we go. Alright, so now the enemy is going to move against the player as soon as it's starting to aggro. Let's see if I have to do something else here. We can actually try this out and see if it works. And before we do, we're gonna have to add the enemy script to the hit doll, because that's our current enemy. Enemy health we can set it to 100 for the moment being, and movement speed we can try with 1, and then just start playing the game and see if it works. Yeah, exactly. So what if we do 0.01? Yeah, now it's slowly moving. Okay, so let's try with 0.1 instead of movement speed. So let's see how that works. So now you can see as soon as we click on the enemy, it's aggroing, and that's not what we want. We want it to aggro as soon as we actually attack it. So let's see. Inside of our player script, we can actually cut this attacking enemy that can component enemy aggro true, and we can go down to attack function, and we can literally just paste it here. I think it should work better, because this script or this function, attack function, is going to be called upon when the enemies or when the player is colliding or triggering with the enemy. So it's going to be calling the aggro to as soon as we trigger with the enemy. So let's see how that works. So we just move around, click on enemy, and boom, now we trigger. Oh, hold on, there's a null reference. 145, 192, let's see where that lies. Okay, that's weird. Let me just double click that to go there. Transform.look at attacking enemy. That's actually weird. I see, so it doesn't register the enemy anymore. Okay, that's really weird. Let me just see something, if something interferes with enemy. No, it doesn't actually. Okay, that's really weird actually. Did I cut something wrong here? If we go to void update, attacking enemy, hit collider, game object. It's still tagged as enemy, right? Yeah, it is tagged as enemy. Why does that not work? Oh, I see. I see. I think this is interfering with it. Or actually, we don't get this error when we have attacking enemy component to in here, right? Let's paste it back here and see if this works. Because either it's interfering or not. Yeah, it's actually interfering still. I see. But I don't know why this is actually working then, because attacking enemy is being set to a hit collider object. That's actually really weird. You know what, we're gonna try this with pasting it back in here. There we go. There we go. So we can go back here, remove this, and see how that works, just to make sure that it's working for the moment being at least. Okay, now it's working, but now we can actually move the players. So let's see. I don't know why I'm calling this else in here. I could just cut this else statement. Oh, sorry. There we go. I could just cut this else statement and paste it in here instead for if hit collider tag. So let's try this out. Let's see. So I just save the script, go back here. Okay, now it's working, but object reference not set to an object. Oh yeah, it's because of the, yeah, of course. So we can just go here and we can say, let's see, we can cut these two. Sorry, I just punched my table. We can say if attacking enemy, like if the enemy actually exists, or if the object is set to something, then we just say that. Cool. So now it's not giving that error anymore. But the hit doll is still following the enemy way, or the player way too fast. Oh, it's because of the movement speed. That's not important. So we can just say movement speed to 0.05. There we go. So we just play the game, it follows the player, and it still follows the player. What did we have as a movement speed for the player, by the way? We could just set it to the same. 0.1, really? Oh yeah, of course. Well, you know what? We can actually set this to 0.0, like 8, 7. We can try with 7, and you realize that we're actually walking inside of the enemy, and it's because the hit doll has a box collider, but does the player have a collider? I don't think so. Yeah, it's only its trigger. So what we're gonna do is, let's see, we're gonna add a new box collider to the player. There we go. We can extend this so that we can see the green lines, and let's see, we're just going to extend this here. There we go. Maybe we should make it a little bit shorter too, like that. Let's try that out. Let's see how it works. Yeah, it's bugging out because of the movement. Let's see. If we make the trigger a little bit bigger. Oh wait. There we go. If we make the collider a little bit bigger on the enemy, like that, and boom. Okay, so we just extend the rate a little bit. Let's see how it's on the player. We can make the is trigger box collider a little bit bigger on the player too, just to test it out. So let's see. There we go. Let's say that's fine, I guess. Okay. Let's see. We're actually attacking, so we're saying. Let's see what we're actually calling upon moving, because we don't need to move anymore if the player is still triggering with the enemy. So we're gonna check here. If following enemy, transform. Okay. I see. So if we're following the enemy, okay. So we can also say if exclamation mark triggering enemy, and then paste this out. So let's see how that works. So we attack the enemy. Oh yeah, okay. So the player stops moving, but the enemy is still following the that player. So we can just go back, go to the enemy script, and say if exclamation mark triggering player, then there we go. Call this so that we're moving towards the player if we're not triggering. If we're triggering, we stop moving because we're already triggering. We don't need to bug out the game and still move, you know? So we just try that out. Nice. Yeah, and the enemy is following as soon as we start moving. Cool. Great. So now the fun part is the enemy is following us, and we click, we start attacking, and if we move this, oh, I see. So the enemy, the player is not wanting to follow the enemy. That's weird. Let's see. Okay, we can actually return to that soon, because I really want to make it so that we can actually kill the player, or kill the enemy, and we can kill the player too. So when enemy attacks, we can say, let's see how we did it here. We say if attacked is equal to false. Yeah, oh yeah, we had damage random. Okay, so we can actually have that for the enemy too. If we just create a few new bool or floats here, so we say public float max damage, public float min damage, so standing for minimum damage, and public float damage. So damage is going to be the one that is actually randomized, and inside of our attack function we could say damage is equal to vector3.random. No, was it vector3? That feels really weird. No, it was random. I don't know where I came up with vector3. So random.range min damage was right, and then max damage. Great. So player that get component player dot health minus equal damage. Okay. Oh yeah, we don't have a health for a player yet. Let's create the variable for health for the player. Player. Okay, so let's remove speed. We can say public float max health, and then public float health, like regular, so that we can actually, or this can be private. There we go. All right, so now we're going to minimize. There we go. Something wrong. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, sure. Public static. I don't know if this is going to work. I see. So we can just say public float then. We don't need to play around with the health though, so it should be fine. We're going to hide them soon from our inspector. I just don't really want to care about that so much yet. Like, I just want to make sure that the system is working fine. So we're going to cut these two. We're going to go to the variable section and say private bool attacked. We can actually cut this there. So we're doing the same thing as for the players. So we're saying if exclamation mark attacked, then we call this so that we actually attack, and then we say attack is equal to true. Okay, so follow player. Yeah, we're following the player if triggering player is equal to false, or else we're, and then we can say attack inside of here. And we can also say, let's see, we can also say, let me just see here. We can actually call this last. There we go, because we want to make sure that everything else is working. So we can say, what was the timer? Attack timer. If underline attack timer is lower than or equal to attack timer, so the maximum amount of time we have to wait for the enemy to attack the player, then we're going to say attack is equal to false. Or wait, lower than or equal to. We should say greater than or equal to, so that we actually hit the attack timer and then we say attack equals to false. Let's see. Let me see if I did something specific with the player, because I kind of forgot this. Let's see. Current attack timer. Yeah, we just minimize. Yeah. Yep, we can actually say if attacked. Oh, we don't actually need the brackets. There we go. We can just say attack or underline attack timer minus equal to 1 times time dot time. There you go. So inside of attack, okay, we could actually just print enemy attacks player just to test it out. We can also go to player, and then we can go to max health 100. So we don't need to play with health for the moment being. Let's see if we have it correct with the enemy. Attack timer, we have to set it to, let's say the enemy has to wait 2 seconds before attacking one more time. And then maximum damage should be 100, nah, that's too much, like 10, and minimum damage to 5. So a random value between 10 and 5, or 5 and 10 will be damaged. And damage we don't need to fill it up because it's going to automatically fill out. So we just play the game and see how it works. And there we go. So let's see, enemy attack player 1 time. It isn't attacking again. Why though? We're setting attack to false 2. Oh, we're minimizing the timer. I'm sorry, I'm actually stupid. You know what? We could actually say then. Wait. Yeah, we just say plus, literally. So attack timer, underline attack timer plus equal 1. So we just wait 2 seconds. So let's try that again. 1 time. Oh, it's bugging out again now. I see. Attack timer. Oh, we could actually say, yeah, let's say, or you know what, we can actually say if or exclamation mark attack, so attack is equal to false, underline attack timer is equal to attack timer. There we go. That should work. Let's go back and try. Now we should be attacking once every 2 seconds. One time. Oh, it's what's happening here? Let's see. So it's bugging out from right away now. If attacked. You know what? I'm just going to do everything like I did in the player, because I set it to current attack timer is equal to attack timer, and then we just minimize the value. We can literally just do that instead then. Triggering enemy attacked. If we're saying attacked, we're current attack timer minimizing the value. If we say current attack timer equal to, I mean, it should be working just fine. Let's see. Oh, attack timer. Okay, so we could actually just say, wait, I'm doing something stupid here, aren't I? Am I not? Or aren't I? Let me just see here real quick. So attack timer, we're doing something stupid here. If attacked, we are doing something stupid and I don't realize it. If attacked, there we go. And then we say if, yeah, well, this should be fine to go. I don't know why it doesn't work. Wait, we're checking for 0. You know what, we can just say 0 lower than, and then we say to minus. Let's see, we can go to void start and then say underline attack timer is equal to attack timer. There we go. We also have to set it back after we actually are done here, or void attack or follow player. There we go. Let's see. If attacked, yeah, before or with attacked false, we can say attack or underline attack timer is equal to attack timer. Let's see how that works. There we go. We play the game. We move there. Boom. We attack. Okay, so it's working now. Nice. I think I was just making a stupid mistake by the player health is not being set. Oh, there we go. We just go to void start on player and we say health is equal to max health. There we go. We can do the same for play or enemy. So we just go to void start again. Health is equal to max health. There we go. Oh, enemy health. We can change the enemy health variable to max health. It sounds better. There we go. So we just save and go back and see how it works now. So the player health should be set to 100. Yes, and the hit doll or enemy should be set to 100 as well. Max health. Oh, we don't show it. I remember now. So we just go back to player and you'll see that we decrease the value by randomized value between 5 and 10 every time the enemy is attacking the player. So it's fine now. It's at least working. The enemy is attacking back. In the next episode, we're actually going to find a model that should be suitable for a enemy, and we're also going to play an animation every time the enemy attacks. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on any of my new content. And there will also be more level designs, and I promise the next ones will be actually better than the last one. I'll link the last one in the description if you haven't watched it, but I wasn't very proud of it, but I still saw that a lot of people actually enjoyed it, so I appreciate you guys. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below to actually support me in the best way possible. And also subscribe, like I said, to make sure that you don't miss out on any of my new content, especially these tutorial videos, because there is a lot of them coming up. yeah, and let me know what you actually think of my tutorials when regarding like this RPG tutorial. I like having my troubleshooting steps included in my videos, but if you like dislike it, let me know and I'll try to adapt myself a little bit better. But you know, I see that a lot of people still enjoy these, so I'm fine with it. But you know, just let me know what you think and I'll, because I kind of just like, I literally just care about your opinion. I want to know what you think. So let me know. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the comment section down below. See you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.